The Robots of Death, The Talons of Wen-Chiang, Horror of Fang Rock, The Invisible Enemy, Image of the Fendahl. 5 Tom Baker stories. Okay, so what is important about these 5 stories? Tom Baker, Louise Jameson, Philip Hinchcliffe, Graham Williams, 1977. Are they connected as a storyline? Or are they the best 5 of this era? No, these are the 5 first stories I watched in Doctor Who. Like so many here who are not quite of a young age, we started our Doctor Who journey on Alabama public television on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. The stories were broadcast in an omnibus version and in order. And though we did not know it at the time, they started with The Spearhead from Space, ending with Peter Davison. New seasons are added as each Doctor finishes his run. Then the series would return to Spearhead. To begin with, I knew nothing about what was to come, and 40 years later, I am still watching, though mostly the classic series, with some of the new series now and then. How did these 5 stories shape my fandom? Now, I had not heard of Doctor Who until a few days before my first watching. The first story is The Robots of Death. It was about 10 minutes in when I first started, and when the doctor pulled out that hollow tube that he used to breathe while being buried alive, I thought, this is the luckiest man alive. By the end of these 5 stories, I will have learned that the doctor is usually 2 steps ahead of everyone. It's 1984, and as an American, I have seen better special effects for years, in both film and on television. There is nothing special in the effects or their presentation, yet the design of the sets and costumes is imaginative and attractive. Here is this doctor with a somewhat primitive, scantily clad pretty girl on a sand miner in what appears to be the far future. Remember, I do not know he travels through time and space, and I missed the TARDIS scenes at the beginning of the story. I learned quickly there has been a murder by someone unknown. This doctor is witty, smart, snarky, and lucky as heck. By the end of the story, when they step into a blue box and fade away, I am hooked. I will be back next week. In fact, I never missed a Saturday night with the doctor for years. The Talons of Wen-Chiang at this point is startling. Victorian England? Time travel? The blue box appears, and almost instantly we start to wonder who and where this girl comes from, and why is he her mentor. We are instantly thrust into another mystery. Early in the story, we learn that the doctor is a man of action and that Leela is quite deadly on her own. The effects are still not the best, but the writing is so good you cannot stop watching. And you cannot stop watching this doctor. To be truthful, I watched the opening of Talons as I was writing this and was pulled into the story, watching to the end. So the pull of the storytelling is as strong after many viewings as it was that first time. Horror of Fang Rock, another mystery, but more of a murder film than a murder mystery. This show changes genres as easily as one changes clothes. Still another story told so well that this Doctor and Leela are must see television. The Invisible Enemy, back in space and back to the future, and now with a robot dog. Now that's something. This story reminds me of the Hollywood film from the 1960s, Fantastic Voyage. The phonetic spelling on the walls is humorous. These stories seem to mix television violence with timely humor. Image of the Fendahl, another murder, another mystery, and the first story set in the current time. Another alien, but this one, is it really evil or just trying to stay alive? Yet, if it lives, mankind will end. The Fendahl is so dangerous that even the Time Lords desire it to be gone. So, 5 stories in, where are we? Doctor Who is storytelling by great writers, and while the budget is very limited, they use their dollars wisely and imaginatively. The actors are all skilled. I've watched 5 stories, all different, all very good. I am not a fan of bloody violence in any of my entertainment, but this show with invasions, murder, mystery, and a never changing setting has grabbed my attention and never let go. These stories are well written, so starting with these, or truthfully, any 5 stories in succession from the Baker era, will make the writing of current Doctor Who seem bad. Not to be mean, these stories are all well told, the characters relatable and well defined. You want to watch and follow this Doctor and his companions. The Doctor has those moments where he just takes control or over as soon as he walks into a room. Tom Baker's performance does not let you take your eyes away, something it seems lost today. While they run faster, shorter stories with special effects beyond the hopes of the FX staff in this era, the classic series is a better form of storytelling. So, where do you start? Well, how did you start your first 5?